Discover the heart of our history at the Hidden History Museum in Los Angeles. Now open with new weekend hours, Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Located at 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard in Los Angeles, our museum showcases the brilliance and ingenuity of foundational Black American culture, along with the richness of global Black culture. Come in, explore our displays, and shop for books, films, and other unique items that celebrate our legacy. Also, be sure to look out for our popular special events. For more information, visit hiddenhistorymuseum.com.
Yeah, I mean, here goes the thing, Tariq. Not to sound like a broken record. Thank you so much again, man. Peace to everybody in the chat. Positivity is coming to all of you, man. I get it, man. You guys have to cope. You and the same thing is in South America. Same thing is in Africa. The darker people of the planet. You guys don't understand the world. You guys don't understand shipping and logistics. You guys don't understand systems. Even in Black communities in America, I've seen it in my life. Whites move out, leave the community to the blacks. In 10 years, it's hell on earth. Same thing in Africa. When the whites left after colonization, it turned into a nightmare, particularly South Africa. I think apartheid was the best thing that happened to them savages.
Okay, hold on.
Well, okay, okay. I'm gonna go on mute because you're not gonna let me finish.
Okay, no, 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 no. When you say something, we gotta address it. No, no, no. Hold on, no, no. I'm gonna let you finish, but we gotta go through everything with a fine tooth comb. So you say if they just leave it to the blacks, it's gonna go to hell. No, with foundational Black Americans, they have to sabotage the
I
stuff
said every black on the planet, sir.
we're telling you about us because when they leave us alone and they don't sabotage our stuff, we start thriving. When they started sending Black folks out to Oklahoma, they said, "Hey, y'all just go out to Oklahoma. We don't want to see you. We ain't thinking about you." They didn't bother Black people in Oklahoma. And Black people fucked around and became millionaires overnight and started building things like the Black Wall Street and several other Black owned towns in Oklahoma. That's why they had to go drop a bomb on it. So, we as foundational Black Americans, when we get away from these white supremacists, we actually thrive. This is why we've come up with secret languages and slang and little codes in order to try to keep our business away from them. They sabotage us. They go out of their way to sabotage us. If we were so inept, why would they have to sabotage every little thing we do? That's the question to you, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead, chaotic. That was a question for you, sir. Okay.
Sorry. Well, here goes the thing, sir. I believe that a lot of history has been made up, not just with Black Americans, but with white Americans and Arab American or Arabs and Asians. I believe a lot of history has been over exaggerated. I believe that a lot of history has had a lot of inaccuracies. I remember. Do you mind if I tell you one quick story about Maya Angelou, and then I continue to answer your story or your question?
If you can answer the question
Okay.
directly,
Okay. Perfect. I remember growing up, and I've done two live streams about Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was a hoe. She was a slut. She was a prostitute. But I remember growing up, teachers used to tell us about this great woman, Maya Angelou. All she was a bitch who wrote poetry when she couldn't sell tea anymore. I raised my hand in class one day. I had to be, I think, in high school at the time. And I said this, Tariq. And my teacher was pissed at me. But man, a lot of my classmates said chaotic. They didn't call me chaotic. They called me my real name, obviously. I never knew that. I'm like, you didn't know that? Here goes the woman cosplaying like she cares about black people and black men. All she ever did was sleep with white men. She married three of them. You didn't know that, right? But the teachers never told you that. The black ass teachers, they never told you that. They never told you she was a sex trafficker. They never told you that.
chaotic.
So, Tariq, I mean, I'm trying to answer your question, sir. I'm trying to
Go ahead.
answer your question. Okay, I apologize. I'm just trying to answer your question. So you were talking about things about, I'm assuming, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, etc. How do we not know that the events that we are told really happened that way? How do we know that shit? Maybe they didn't happen that way. Maybe we are being told these things to keep us in a constant state of oppression. Because my argument is, if these people did do all this shit, why the fuck do black people want to be around white people to this day? See, I get to asking questions, dear brother. I
Right.
get to asking questions about Africans, the Caribbeans. Bro, why do black people want to be around these people if they done these things? My thing, how come they didn't destroy Harlem?
Okay.
Harlem had all types of businesses, wealth, etc. until the drugs came in, sir. But other than that, the whites didn't go in there and destroy Harlem.
You
They
know what?
didn't firebomb Harlem. Why didn't they firebomb Harlem? You had hella millionaires in Harlem that were black.
Hmm.
So
And
my argument is that how do we know that that shit really happened back in the day, dear brother? I'm not saying that it didn't happen,
but
but bro, I'm just gonna let my plan.
we know
How-
it because
Okay, go ahead, sir.
we know it happened because it was very well documented, and hell, some part of it was filmed.
Oh God.
What I mean, it's very well documented. Everybody know what happened down it, and hell, the people that it happened to is still alive. Some of them are still here. They're trying to get compensation from the government now. So yeah, it happened, and there were successful black areas all over this country that they sabotaged and put freeways over. Now, going back to what you said, the little disrespectful stuff you said about Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is a phenomenal foundation of Black American. We know that she worked in the sex industry. We know that. You think we didn't know that? We knew that. The thing about foundational Black American culture and the spiritual ethnogenesis we've had is that though some of the negative things that have been put on us that we've gotten into based on outside influences that never stomped out the foundational Black American spiritual essence that we all have. And once we get out of the imposed energy that they put on us and walk back into our spiritual journey, that makes us great. We've always had a dichotomy energy. That's why Malcolm was in the streets, got that energy off of him, and became one of the most profound leaders that we've had. We've had a lot of things like that. People who were in the streets, people who were into um, things brought onto them by outside influences, but they persevered, got out of that, and went on to do great things as foundational Black Americans. That's part of our story. That's part of what makes us who we are, that humanizes us so that we're not just seen as deities, we're seen as human beings who've had flaws imposed on us, but we persevere those flaws and let our greatness shine through so that we can inspire others to keep them away from the things that flawed us. That's the great thing about foundational Black Americans. So we don't use, we wouldn't look at a situation with Maya Angelou and disrespect her from what she's doing early on in her life, which was something that was imposed on a lot of Black women during Jim Crow.
May I ask?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I'm not assuming, but to a degree I am assuming.
Mhm.
Do you know who Cherokee Diaz is or Pinky Triple X?
I know them. Yeah.
Okay. I've jerked to them since I've been a teenager. Now here goes the thing, sir. If I had children, and if one of my children, or even if I had grandchildren, they came to me and said, "Dad, there's a woman named Mary Bella coming to speak to us one day and read books to us. No, she may be 70 years old. If I come in there and I see a old ass hoe, Pinky, I'm gonna tell them, hell no, bro. We have to have standards as blacks, bro. We gotta have standards. You making excuses. First of all, Maya Angelou, and I'm surprised, Tariq, that you kind of are lying about this. Maya came from a very well-to-do family. Her grandmother was a owned a pharmacy, sir. She didn't have to be a whore, bro. Come on now, Tariq. Now you know Maya came from a good family. She didn't have to slut her body out, dear brother. And the same thing could be said about Cherokee. I wouldn't want Cherokee because she can't sell pussy when she's 60 to read a book to my kids. Hell no. I don't care if she changed her life. No, no, I want a refined woman. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I'm sorry, brother, but you kind of like you know the story of Maya. Come on now.
Yeah, we know her story.
Yeah, but she didn't have to sell pussy. Now I could understand you said other women probably, but Maya didn't have to sell it. She came from a very well-to-do family, dear brother.
Well, the thing is, sir,
Yeah.
and her foreign actresses or whatever, those are just the foreign actresses. Here's the thing: many of them sleep with the same 10 dudes on film. You might meet some chick who came from your village in Nigeria, who the whole village and
What?
yeah, the whole village then ran through her. So,
Yeah, okay.
no, no, Buck. Here's the thing, because y'all do all this weird stuff back in your home. That's why paternity is the highest in your homeland in the world. Got women out here sleeping with dudes, don't nobody know who the baby daddy is. That's a whole big thing. And then they come out here, you got a whole new lease on life. You come out here like, hey, I'm pure. We don't know all the bodies you had back in your homeland.
Oh God.
And we don't know. And so how do you know if somebody's quote unquote refined or not? You understand? How do you know if they're refined? You don't know. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
You don't really know the background. So what you do, you just see how people are rocking now, what their vibe is now, what they're bringing to the table now, what their spiritual essence is now, and tangible energy they're bringing to the table now. That's the best you can do. Yeah. But hating and all that, yeah, whatever. You because there's doctors and lawyers
For you.
who are big hoes. All right. So that don't mean a damn thing.
Damn thing.
Yeah.
Tariq, I rock with you guys, man. But overall, blacks live in a state of delusion, whether they're black Americans, Africans, etc., man.
Project.
That's a possibility, sir.
That's project.
But sir, the masses of blacks are into watching Power, watching football, smoking weed. Come on, bro. We're
Sir,
never, sir. Come, okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've never smoked. All of us ain't on that. My brother 50 Cent, he's never done none of that stuff. So
I,
there's
yeah,
there's a lot of us who ain't. What you do, then you, what the tethers do. Come over here and you compare you or you come over here and try to judge black society based on the
sir.
lowest amount of people that you see, the handful of folks you see in the project somewhere, and that
Stop.
no, no, that's exactly what you're
Stop.
based on goodness. That's not the totality of blackness, sir. That's not what blackness is. The great thing about black society is there is a spectrum. Yeah, we got the hood, we got the hoes, we got the raunchy, but we got the doctors, lawyers, intellectuals, the spiritual people. So we got a whole wide spectrum. This is why we're so respected as foundational Black Americans global,
Mm,
right?
you kind of broke up there.
Yeah, I was saying, because we have a whole spectrum of demeanors as foundational Black Americans, we got the the, the raunchy ones, and
Yeah.
the astute people, and this is why we are revered globally. This is why anywhere you go, people revere foundational Black Americans. Some of our icons and some of the new people. They copy and copy and imitate the things that we do. Our icons on murals around the world is foundational Black American. That's the phenomenal thing about us, right?
I agree, man. Listen, I don't base FBA identity on the negative aspects of
You do.
black culture. No, 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 sir. No, sir. I do not. I can go tit for tat on the achievements of blacks, sir, in America. Oh no, no, sir. No, 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 no. No, sir. Robert F. Smith is one of my fraternity brothers, sir. I'm no, no, no. I just feel as though there's this thing where you can't critique FBA, and I feel as though if I can critique China, if I can talk about the Uyghurs and the treatment of the Uyghurs in China, if I can talk about the treatment of the Congolese children who are artisanal miners, and that's how our iPhones are made at the lowest manufacturing process on up, then I can certainly make comments about FBA, sir.
Can't do that. This is why you can't do it as a non-F.
my God. Why can't I talk about the Uyghurs in China? You've been to
No,
China, right? You've been to China, sir, right?
but no, if you go there, they're not going to entertain you talking about
Well,
that.
they don't have a First Amendment in China, sir. They don't have freedom of speech there.
But
That's a hyper surveillance state.
but yeah, they're not going to be
That's
obligated
a
to sit there and listen to you critique them, just like us. You're not at liberty to do that
but
for us.
this is a country of freedom, sir. That's what
For us.
and
But we're free to not even respect what you have to bring to the table as far as a critique. That's the great thing.
oh,
Freedom. We
this
can
isn't
reject,
fair.
we can reject that and say, hey, no, that ain't it right there. And the reason why is because as foundational Black Americans, let me speak for myself. If I'm
Sure.
critical, and I'm critical of a lot of stuff within
Mhm.
Black American society, I'm very critical. Here's the thing about me. If I
Yes,
crit,
sir.
I'm going to go fix it. That's the thing about me. If I see a school that's looking a little run down that can be better, that's supposed for our kids, I'm gonna give them a $5,000 check to make it better to go along with my critique, which is what I've done several times. There's several schools around this country that I've funded. If I critique anything about our culture, I'm going to help out. If I critique how a certain movement is going, I'm going to give my assistance. If I critique how the reparations movement is going, I'm going to contribute my resources, go put together, go galvanize great speakers and advocates and activists to speak on it. I'm going to
So
make a
you don't think I've done that?
no,
You don't think I was a part of black student unions, black organizations? I told you I'm a part of a fraternity, sir. You could probably guess by the name of the person I just named. Sir, I've bent over backwards, man. I've done my job for tooth and nail for black
no,
culture, sir.
no, no,
Probably more than you.
no.
No, sir, I probably have.
No, if you did, you would have more respect within Black society, which you don't.
Oh God. So you don't have that one uncle? You don't have that one grandparent that cusses you out and tells you about yourself? You don't have that?
But
You, you,
that
you
uncle will cuss you out, but give you $20. You know what I'm
and,
saying?
and and I've never gave anything to blacks, huh?
I don't believe you done anything.
Wow. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I go in on black.
Based on what you've said, you've come around Black people, especially Black children, to harm and undermine them. You haven't done anything for Black society. You've made it worse as a tether. That's why we delineate. See, that's why I'm letting people hear you so that we can understand what a deceptive uh, tether sounds and acts like and how dangerous it is. See, this is a teaching lesson. I want people to see how dangerous this is, you see, and how you've been trying to cosplay as a foundational Black American, sir. But anyway, chaotic, let me give you the last word. 'Cause I'm gonna get, but go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, no. Hey man, it was good. Hey man, I really appreciate the fact that you allowed me to speak. You only muted me twice, so that's a good thing. So obviously, we were having some sort of good dialogue. Uh, Peace to the channel. Positivity is definitely coming to everyone, man. And other than that, man, I got the notification, so I'm working where I'm trying to figure out how to work this Twitter and Twitter Spaces, and I think this is pretty interesting, man. I like this dialogue, man. And it was free of insults. Well, you kind of insulted me. You said, you made some over generalizations about the African continent, which I found very funny. But other than that, man, I thought it was just funny,
Yeah, yeah.
harmless banter.
I didn't really do any insults, no personal insults.
Yeah, no personal insults. Yeah, I got you, brother. Yeah. And this is something that I grew up doing as a Black American, ranking. You probably called it playing the dozens or joning. I don't know what you called it, but I'm a part of Black culture, sir.
Not really, but
I got cornbread and collard greens in my fridge right now.
no, sir. But putting
You
Joe
got steak, sir.
off
Come
on
on.
it don't taste the same. No, no, no. It's
Thanks
different.
so
No, no, you got collard greens and um, bush meat. That don't mean what we got going. But hey, but God
thanks
bless you.
so much, man.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, peace.
Man, man, man. Family, 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 family. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay. Okay. Why am I trying to remove this dude? Okay. Oh, goodness, man. Family. You better understand how dangerous the game is out here, man. Let me get her and everybody ready to chime in. Brother EJ, hop in, EJ. Brother EJ, hop in. How you doing, EJ?
Last who just got up here. See, this is the problem with some of these people. They eat too much bush meat and they just have brain aneurysms. They really don't know what the hell they're talking about. He can sit his ass up here and talk negative about Black American people, but he says he was a teacher, but if you go on his page on his YouTube channel, this Negro only has 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Now he's saying he's such a big YouTuber, but if you were such a big YouTuber on a platform, you supposed to be having hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers. If you supposed to be such a big YouTuber, see, this is the hatred and the vitriol that some of these roaches come over here and they just bring negativity to the United States of America. He's supposed to be so smart, and I didn't like what he said to Brother McCall. So if you're
Right.
supposed to be so smart and if you're supposed to have all this knowledge, why you ain't going back to your homeland to help your people? See, it's always Negroes like this who eat, roaches from off the ground, and they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to, the Black American history. He was very disrespectful. And I just wanted to say this before I land my plane. Please, Brother Tariq, can we get the grinder for a Green Card album on CD? We really need these tethers to be hearing this historical album, because there's always Negroes like Chaotic who comes in these spaces with their hatred and vitriol and always licking the nuts of white mommy and white daddy. So I just wanted to say, keep up the good work, Brother Tyreek, and keep hitting these tethers with the fly swatter. I'll land my plane.
Thank you so much, brother. Man, man, man. It's heavy, heavy stuff, man. Let's get is that D? Miss D? Hop on, D. D? D, unmute your microphone, ma'am. All right, Miss D.
Yes, greetings here from South Africa.
Okay, how are you, D?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me here. My sister is out in California, and I'm always excited to, listen to your show. It's just so refreshing. As a colored woman myself, born in South Africa, I find this topic very interesting. Both colored South Africans and FBAs, Foundation Black Americans, have faced the same systematic oppression. I must say that.
Mm-hmm.
We've also been marginalized, but in different contexts, may I add. As colored South Africans, we still treated as separate racial groups during apartheid. Caught between the black and the white populations.
Yeah,
Post 1994, you know, we're still politically sidelined and economically marginalized, I must add.
ma'am. Thank you so much, dear. Let's get Resco in here. Resco? Resco.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'll just be very brief. I think you need to be very careful, Tariq. Thank you for having me on your space. You need to be very careful of provocateurs whose sole intention is to come onto these spaces and sow seeds of division.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's a moron, okay? That guy's an absolute moron. What he's trying to do is to distract you from the real issues that are happening at the moment. America is an occupied nation as we know it. $38 trillion dollars in debt, forever wars going on. People can even afford groceries. And you've got this dickhead coming on this space talking about how blacks are all dumb,
Yeah,
sowing seeds of division.
yeah.
Because it pits you blacks against whites, pits whites against blacks, pits Foundation Americans against new immigrant black Americans, pits Muslims against Christians. Then we're all distracted and we're not focusing on what the real issue is.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
implore you not to, give a platform to these fools whose sole aim is to sow seeds of division.
real talk. I get where you're coming from, but I'm glad I had him on because this is a learning lesson. We need to know the mindset of these people because again, this dude was a teacher. You see? I want to let him talk. When I hear that, I'm going to let you talk because I want us to hear what these people really think. Just like again, I had a woman who was a nurse calling up here sounding just like that. A zaddy worshiping bedwench who was from like Kenya somewhere, and she had total disdain and disrespect for foundational Black Americans. And she worked in the medical industry, where she was a caretaker for a lot of elderly Black people. So yeah, we better know who's out there. You got children and you got grandparents or parents. You better know who's out there. If you got children who need some kind of care or teaching or whatever, do you want that dude teaching your kid? You say, hey, I want to look for a Black caretaker or a Black teacher or a Black tutor. Then this guy shows up. Okay, like he Black, but psychologically he ain't Black. This dude, you got the mindset of a white supremacist. Do you want that person doing surgery or helping your lady give birth to a baby with that mindset? You better ask questions about where people are from. We should have been on the lineage thing. The skin tone don't mean anything. Just because somebody got some melanin in their skin. No, no, no. Where are you from? I want to know what your mindset is and what's your disposition towards me and my lineage. Y'all better ask these questions, man. That's why we've been losing, because we've been letting any and everybody with melanin come among us, and all they do is sit up here and undermine us. Thinking that there's some big old people of color coalition. No, we're the only ones who's on that. We're the only ones thinking about challenging the system. Again, this was a learning lesson. Listen to what this dude was saying. White people are the best. Notice when the tethers call up, it's always white people are the best. White people are so beautiful. White people are so great. This is why I bring them up and I let them talk so that y'all see why the delineation is so prominent right now. Why the Pan-African thing is just down the drain. What are we gonna build with that on some Pan-African vibe? What are we gonna build with that? It's just time to be honest about certain things. What are we gonna build with that? Somebody who's just secretly lusting over white people, just lusting over them. You're not gonna build nothing with them. Let me get Brother McCall in here one more time. Brother McCall, one more time. Let me get him in here. But I thought it was a good dialogue, and we kept it respectful just so that the people can kind of hear this. You need to hear this mentality. You got to hear this mindset. Brother McCall, go ahead, brother. I'm good, brother. How are you?
Display. I'm doing excellent there, brother. This was a grand, exemplary masterclass of the evilness that's amongst us. Of course, when I challenged that pea brain, he said, I couldn't understand a word he said. Of course, because you're a pea brain. You know nothing. You walk around and you pretend to be lofty, sublime, and informed. But in fact, you are nobody. You are pea brain. And I want to land with this. And for the family, I want to give you what I would say the 15 warning signs of evil people. 1, they enjoy the misfortunes of others. 2, they have control issues. 3, they are habitually dishonest. 4, you feel strange and weird around them, or like they shouldn't be around you. 5, they will mislead you. 6, they lack remorse. 7, they are cruel. 8, they lack responsibility. 9, their friends and family, like us, we warn you. 10, they are bad friends. You cannot trust them. 11, they manipulate. 12, they belittle you. 13, they confuse and create confusion and conflict. And 14, they lead double lives. This is the tether. And then lastly, they don't have boundaries. And this is why they're coming into our spaces or wherever we are and trying to co-opt and cosplay. Thank you, dear brother. Love you. Love your family. I'll
Much
land.
respect, brother. Great stuff. Yeah, notice how chaotic. Notice how he kept trying to cosplay as a foundational Black American. Now we know this guy's Nigerian. We know this. We've heard him in videos before. Several other people have heard him admit it. And he kept slipping up, even within the conversation. He kept slipping up, low key admitting it. But he kept trying to cosplay. I'm a Black American. I feel like I'm FBA too. No. I was born here, just like you guys. No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. You see? Well, we're different. We are different. And see, they keep trying to leech on to our lineage. And the fact that we're delineating, they got a real problem with that because now you got to stand on your own. Us leaving them alone, to them, that's punishment. I want y'all to understand that. Why do y'all think the tether's always calling up here crying and complaining all the time? Us leaving them alone, saying, hey, go ahead and just do you. Since you're so great, just go ahead and do you. Oh, wait. Hold on now. That's like us punishing them. You understand what I'm saying? That's how they view it. When we say, hey, man, we ain't got no beef with you. Just, you do you. Just take credit for everything you do. We'll take credit for everything we do. And just, you do you, we do us. Why are y'all so divisive? Why do you niggas hate me so much? No, that's why they always whining to us about why we so divisive, meaning why you leaving me by myself? I'm just a bitch ass nigga. Don't leave me by myself. That's what they mean by that. You see? And we're saying, no, no, no. You told us how great you were and how, y'all got it popping. And okay. Now, at least this guy, chaotic, he was like, no, my country's a crap hole. He don't even try to play that game. I'll give him at least this credit. At least he's a full-blown Tether Sambo. He's an unapologetic Tether Sambo. See, I'll give him that credit. He's walking full-blown into the Samboism. He ain't even trying to sit up here and do the whole pretend, well, yeah, well, my country, we are so smart. I have a mansion and a yacht, and I got elephants in my homeland, so we are doing so much better. He don't even try that. At least he don't try that. He's like, no, 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 no. My homeland, I hate it. I don't want to claim it. I'm embarrassed by it. I'm an American. I'm a Black American. I'm one of y'all now. But the thing is, that same mindset, that same failure mindset that he got from there, he's trying to bring it among us. You understand? He's trying to bring that among us, and that's why we delineate. We ain't trying to have that mindset poison us. That woes me, we is just too dumb. We needs to leave these white people alone. White mommy, white daddy gonna make sure everything is all right now. I'm talking about why do Black people want to be around whites? No, we're not even around white people like that. Nor do we have a desire to. We don't have a desire to be around them. That's a projection. We don't, foundational Black Americans, we don't try to hang out with white people like that. Let's get something straight, because the tethers like to project these weird things that they like to do onto us. Let me give you tethers a lesson in foundational Black American culture. We generally don't like hanging out with a lot of white people. When Black people are on their jobs, the white people are like, hey, come on, man, we're gonna go get some brews. We're gonna go to a pub. I got some Groupons for Olive Garden. Like, nah, I'm good. Black people are, yeah, we're cool. We despise doing stuff like that. Only time Black people do that is if it's a mandatory thing at work where you gotta do some potluck and you gotta be with your damn coworkers that you can't stand low key. You don't want to be around them. You barely want to work with them. Black folks do not want to be around a lot of white people. That's a projection. And no disrespect to the white people. Shout out to y'all in here. But we got our own culture. When we go to clubs, we're not trying to go to clubs with a bunch of white people. We want to go to the poppin' shit. The club with the black folks. When you go to church, you're not trying to go to white churches. You want to go to the black church. We go to a concert. We're not trying to go to a white concert. We ain't going to see Kenny G. Yeah. We're going to the black joints. So this whole thing about us wanting to be around white people, that ain't true. We're not cobbled in some one little side of town like immigrant groups because we're spread out. We've been here. This is our homeland. We've been here longer than everybody. So we enjoy the country that we built. Yeah. Let me get bigoted Beth in here. Speaking of white, let's get bigoted Beth in here. We haven't heard from bigoted Beth in a while. How you doing, bigoted Beth?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for giving me a mic.
How you doing, Beth?
Bigoted Beth. Oh, thank you. I'm good. Thank you so much. You know, I think we have I think we have to understand that all these peoples don't understand. And then these peoples can't understand for the wholes of the peoples, so they can't understand.
I
And
don't
that's all.
I don't understand you, Beth. What are you saying, dear?
I know. I'm just full of shit.
I
I'm
see.
just talking shit.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Beth. Okay. Oh boy, that late night meth pipe, it really starts hitting at around 1:30. BR Dadar. BR Dadar. BR, unmute your microphone. All right, BR, you're not saying nothing. Okay, hope he's not one of them weird Indian dudes who start calling up real late at night trying to catfish and all that stuff. All right, we got a lot. How many people we got in here? All right, we got almost 1,200 people in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Is that you down there, Strella? Hold on. Is that Strella? Hop on in here. Is that you, Strella? Hop on in here. That look like Strella. Strella, is that you? Unmute your microphone. Unmute the microphone. Sazon. All right. You're not saying nothing. Let me get some more folks in here because we do have a lot of people. And while people are piling in here still, don't forget to go to microphonecheck.com to get the movie Microphone Check. Phenomenal hip hop documentary film. Microphone Check is a phenomenal film, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get one more person. I ain't trying to be on here too long. Let's get one more good call. Raise your hand if you're ready. One more good call to close the vibe out for tonight. One more good call. All right, because we've been on here for a minute. All right, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? One more good call. All right, let's get Lats. Let's get Lats in here. And I think mine need to be in bed, to be honest. There's a news company coming out here to interview me tomorrow. Some people of the press, they coming out here to talk to me about the Puffy case. They wanted to get my opinion, so that's gonna be interesting. Lats, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's going on, Tariq, man?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling. What's on your mind?
Yeah, no, obviously, obviously been a long time, follower as far as like your journey. Um,
Yes.
Obviously, I've seen the transition, you going from the radio section to the YouTube to the podcast and now Twitter. So yeah, I've kind of seen the transition. So like, one of my questions was first of all, like, why did you kind of leave the dating scene? Because that was like, your stomping grounds. So I'm
Oh
just a
yeah,
bit, yeah. So
yeah.
I'm,
You know
and
what?
obviously, like,
Yeah,
we're in the era where most people are trying to be dating coaches or whatnot. So I was just a bit, yeah, curious to why you left that scene.
yeah, man. Hell, I started the whole scene. That whole scene. I started that 25 years ago when I did the Art of Mackin. What people are doing now with the dating thing. That I people know that I started that, and then with the Mac lessons. And the thing is, that was going great. I could still go back into that. The thing is, I saw so many other issues that needed to be addressed because the racial thing kept coming up. I kept seeing that pop up in relations to relationships. Because when you talk about dating and relationships, sooner or later, the question of procreation and then race is going to come up. So the topic of race come up. So I just wanted to start tackling that head on. So, that's why.
Uh, okay, all right, fair enough. My other question was, I don't know if it's 100% true, but apparently in one of your hidden colors, um, amongst the whole production team, not one person was black. So I was just a bit surprised to know, why would you make a documentary about black people, but none of the production team is black?
That's a bold-faced lie. That's why. That's a lie.
Okay,
The first camera guys in the production crew, they were black. Hidden Colors 2, one of the editors was black. Some of the cameramen were black. Um, and I've used white ones too. I've used white cameramen, black cameramen. Um, so yeah, we used all types of people, but yeah, there were black guys, and I used my main editor is a white guy, and I've been with him forever. Thorough. So I've had black, white, Hispanic. Um, I had one color coordinator, Asian. So I've had different people work on the film.
okay, okay. No, obviously, it was just a rumor I heard. I don't know if it's true or false, because I understand, like, if you got to employ somebody if they're qualified enough to do the role or the job, but sometimes it's like, if you're trying to bring a certain message to a community, then of course, like, your actions got to reflect that. So, but obviously, like, I'm not accusing you. It was just a question.
I want you, and if a question like that comes up, or if a narrative like that comes up, that means you really can't say anything negative, because that's such a reach of an art. That's not even a real argument. You know what I'm saying? That's a motherfucker trying to reach because they ain't got nothing negative to say. How can you speak negatively on a film series about black culture that literally ushered in the woke movement? Do you know how impactful globally the Hidden Color series was and still is now? It's still resonating globally. They teach it in schools that help create certain movements. Um, Prominent people were inspired by it. Nipsey majorly inspired by it. Prince inspired by it. Colin Kaepernick inspired by it. So many people were inspired by it. People around the world. And if the argument they can say is that, well, one of the cameramen was white, that's not a real argument. You that's a reach, and it's called bad faith. Yeah, that's just I don't really entertain bad faith arguments. Hidden Color series was produced by me. I'm black and a foundational black American.
Mm,
I control and directed the direction, all of them. Yeah, it's a 100% foundational black American production. That's all people
mm.
need to know about. Feel me?
Yeah, no, 100%. Is there any chance of you making another one?
Absolutely. I'm thinking about anniversary edition of it to commemorate it because we started over a decade. thinking about doing a documentary about the impact of the film. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking
Okay.
about doing another. That would be phenomenal. But thank you so much. But yeah, 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 that's not a real argument. That's not a real argument at all. You dig? What matters in business is who's running the business. And in the business of hidden colors, blacks running that, and that would be me. You dig? Black people are running that. You better learn how to be a boss. When you're a boss, you can hire anybody. You still the boss. Yeah. That's why the Hidden Colors films, we have a whole bunch of people working on it. I would get a lot of people from the major Hollywood studios to work on the films. That's why the films look so good. I would go find those guys. I would get some of the guys with the best cameras, the best audio, and whoever you were, if you can travel, come on down. You see, that's what a boss does. You're gonna get the best no matter who they are. The best cameras, the best everything. I didn't work with all of the black best cameramen in Hollywood, the handful that's out here. It ain't really too many. Unfortunately, I would like to see more of us get behind the camera. Trust me, if you're a black person in New York or LA with high powered equipment, I done work with your ass. I done already work with you. You dig? And continue to still do. I still work with and to try to bring on as many black folks behind the scene as possible. That's how you do. And y'all can check out all the Hidden Colors films on the FBA Stream site, by the way, FBAstream.com. You can see all the Hidden Colors films. All right. Anyway, let me get up out of here, guys. It's been real. I think we had a very good conversation tonight. A very good conversation. Shout out to everybody in here. Let me give y'all before we leave. Let's keep the spirit and the energy up. I want y'all to keep the spirit with you. All right, because we gotta understand our Majara spiritual essence as foundational Black Americans and how important that is. Let me give y'all the Majara prayer before I go so that the energy can be clean. All right, we're going to do the Majara prayer tonight before we leave. All right. Most High, Creator of all, we honor the Majara spirit within all of us, the ancestral power that flows through our veins, guiding us with wisdom and strength. May we walk with the grace of our ancestors, those who have come before us, and we honor their sacrifices. Let that energy of Majara protect us from harm, uplift our spirit, and guide us towards our true purpose. With every step, may we embrace the sacred power within, the spirit that has carried us throughout the trials and tribulations of our lives. We ask for clarity, strength, and peace, and we live with purpose rooted in our divine heritage. Through the Majara spirit, we are connected, we are whole, we are powerful, ladies and gentlemen. And I bid the foundational Black American family a good night. Y'all have a good one, family. We'll chop it up. Peace.
Root work, feel that natural flow. Root work, stay fresh wherever you go. Root work, I like the way it feels. Root work, the magic is so real. Root work, you need it for work or play. Root work keeps me fresh throughout the day.